How you doing, John?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So I guess let's start off. How did the idea of Black Friday come about?
Well, I was reading this article online about how they were saying, in the big box stores, they have so many crazy incidents that happen, day after day, hour by hour, and they were hoping they could get a dedicated police officer to just stay in their store because they end up calling the police, so many times a day. So I had that idea and I thought, man, there's a lot of negative energy building up in that one place. And then I thought, trying to bring a supernatural twist into that. And then the idea about how Black Friday is kind of almost a religious holiday because it's supposed to be for Christmas, yet there's all this negative energy coming from it. And I thought, oh, how to kind of subvert all that and change it up and make it a little more, disturbing.
All right. And is there going to be a Black Friday Volume 2?
Not planned right now. If there's enough people clamoring for attention for it, I'd be happy to do it, but not right now. I think it's right now it's kind of the self-contained, you kind of get the full arc of the character. I think it could go further, but
All right. What do we follow, one character or a couple characters?
So it's mostly you're spending time with Javier. He's the main character. It's all through his point of view, and he's one of the workers in the store. And so they're kind of cleaning up the aftermath of Black Friday, and then they discover kind of something supernaturally wrong going on, and then it kind of spirals out of control from there, and they end up kind of fighting for their lives to get to escape the superstore they're in.
I'm gonna show them a couple pages.
Yeah, and that's Travis Williamson who did the art. He's really, really great. I love what he did.
I like the feel and the style of it. Do you have a favorite page in particular out of the 3 books?
Well, I like the first one I always feel like is kind of the setup. It kind of brings you in, and then the second issue is just kind of nonstop action. It's kind of more the gore and the violence, like nonstop. And then the third one kind of keeps that going, but I feel like it kind of wraps it all up. So I don't know. I like all 3 for the different things that they do. But I probably like issue 2. I feel like for me, because I remember when we're working on the book, like issue 1, I do love, but I feel like issue 2, Travis and I kind of got in sync together, and I think he just started nailing it with, what we were looking for. And then issue 3, I feel is the same. Like, I feel like, and we're actually working on another project, and it's, there's kind of that familiarity now. And when I say something, he knows kind of what I'm going for. I don't know. It's just from working with somebody for several different things that just comes easier, like the shorthand that people talk about.
All right. I'm going to show them this splash page on number 2. Look at that. Is it too early to tell us about what you and Travis are working on?
No, actually, we're doing a book called Playthings is what it is. And it kind of, it's all from the point of view of a single mother. And all of a sudden, she kind of gets this package in the mail for her daughter's birthday. And there's this kind of clown in there, and it's this toy clown, and she starts to suspect there's something going on beyond just the clown being a doll. Like there's, it starts to feel like it's real and that it's a living clown, and then it kind of spirals out of control from there. Like it's very this one is very like it goes to darker places and more messes with your mind. The whole story messes with your mind. At least that's the plan.
All right. Is that coming out through Scout?
Yes, it's going to be the same imprint Black Friday came out through, which is the Black Caravan through Scout. And I think they're looking at next year is when that one's coming out. So we're almost halfway through it. It's going to be 5 issues. So this one's a little longer. It's a little more of a sprawling story, but that one will be next year. And then I think I should also say that the Black Friday is coming out, the collected 3 issues, and the graphic novel is coming out this November, I think, for the graphic novel.
Nice. Y'all should try to, well, yeah, I was gonna say you could try to release it on Black Friday, but I don't think New Comic Book Day is Tuesday or Wednesday, right?
Yeah. So maybe they'll hype it up a little bit before then, and hopefully, it will get. I think that's what they're kind of going for. That'd be my guess. So, and I heard it's only $10, so that's pretty good.
Nice. Three issues for $10. That's a great deal.
Yeah. I think so.
So how did you get hooked up with Scout Comics?
So the way it kind of worked was the beginning was I wrote and illustrated a comic called Thin, and I really liked it. It was 3 issues, same kind of format, and I was told through a good buddy of mine, Tony Hammock, gotta give him some shout outs, but he recommended that I send it to American Gothic Press because they had a comic kind of contest going on, and they were going to publish it for that contest. So I did, and it won the contest. So I got that book published through them. And then they actually said they wanted, they liked my artwork. So they had the contest again the next year, and they asked me to illustrate another person's book. So I did, and I kind of took the money that they gave me, and I said, I want to start doing my own stuff. Maybe I'll back off on doing all the illustrations a little bit, and I'll just write it. So I kind of had this pitch for Black Friday put together, and I got Travis. I found Travis to do it. And my same friend, Tony, I got to give him all the praise that he deserves, said, hey, you should look into this company called Scout because they're really good. They're looking for stuff, and they're up and coming. And I looked into it, and they definitely, have a lot of titles that I really respect, and they're doing work that I really admire and respect. So he said, hey, you should send it to them. And I did, and they picked up the pitch, and then I started working with Joe, and it's great. It's been a really good relationship. I like working with them a lot.
All right, great. Yeah, I hear that from a lot of creators that Scout is just awesome to work with.
Yeah. I have nothing but wonderful things to say. They make the book looks really nice. The paper is really solid. It's like, I know that sounds stupid, but it's one of those great things when you hold it in your hands and you're like, hey, this feels like a really good, it's well put together. And that's just, the end product. But along the way, they really, they're not as hands-on, which that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But whenever they do say something, I'm like, yeah, I'll change that.
All right. So you said you've done the earlier books Thin. Are those still available?
I actually think they are. It's a weird situation, and I wish people would go out and buy them because it's a good book. I think it's very timely. It's in a weird gray zone because the company, Famous Monsters Filmland, owned that imprint, and then I think they kind of went out of business and sold all their stuff. But I think through their website you can either still get it, maybe you can get them online, through Comicsology. I'm not sure, and then you can probably get them, on eBay. Some people bought them back then and everything. I wish I had more. I didn't really get any books. I had to buy the books for myself from there, but yeah.
Oh wow. All right, and that's the only books that you've done is Thin and Black Friday?
And there's another book called HAG. That's the one that they paid me to illustrate. And it's the same. That one actually never was printed. They only wanted to do it digitally. So that one can only be found digitally. And then I have done lots of other little shorts and things that have been through, comics anthologies and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I've done some covers. I worked for Greyhaven. I did a lot of covers for them, years ago.
All right. Are you attending any book signings or any Comic-Cons right now?
I am not. I should. But I haven't. I have to kind of build that side of the profession up a little bit more. I've been just focusing on the work. I've actually been doing a lot of work So I've been doing a lot of writing, and that's kind of taken up all my time, but I need to shift some of my energy in there. That's a weakness of mine that I got to work on.
All right. What state are you in?
I actually just moved to Maryland. I used to live in Los Angeles, but I come back from to help out with my family a little bit here. But yeah, I'm actually back on the East Coast now.
Okay, nice. So I'm assuming you would attend Maryland Comic Cons?
Yes, that would probably be, yeah, New York or Maryland would be the ones. I think there's a big one in Baltimore that I've heard of.
All right. So I guess, guys, if you're out in that area, go to Comic Cons and see if you can find Jon. So is writing your full-time job?
Right now it is, and I've been branching out. So like I have other projects I'm developing with other illustrators right now, and I feel pretty confident in a couple of them that I'm going to have some pitches ready for probably within the next 2 months. And then I've actually written a couple of scripts that I've submitted to various festivals. And my kind of area of interest has always been horror. That's usually where my stories gravitate to. So I'm pushing for that right now. And I actually made a short film as well, which I entered into a festival. So I've been very busy. It's funny how that works, because you work so hard and you don't see any result until 3 months later, 6 months later, and then all of a sudden you see what you've done.
Can people view the short film? Is it on YouTube or?
Not yet. That's kind of part of the festival that I entered it into, is that I can't wait until I can release that, but they have to have exclusive rights, and the screening, the first screen has to go through them. That's part of the festival. And I think after, it's gone through its run, that's when I can kind of release it more. But I'll let you know.
Okay. What's the best way to follow news from you? Is it your social medias or?
Yeah, and it would probably be the Instagram that I have. It's called Jon Clark Comics. It's pretty simple, pretty easy.
All right. Do you have Twitter or?
No.
Yeah.
I should. I don't want to lose my time to Twitter very much. I'm sure I would get hooked and I would just read Twitter all day, and I need to focus on other stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. I guess, is there anything that you want to say before we go?
No. Everybody pick up the book and let me know what you think. I hope people like it. That's all about it.
Well, thank you, Jon, for taking the time to come talk with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
What? You mean you haven't subscribed to Comicchatauthority? Oh, come on. Subscribe already. What are you waiting for? It's no big deal. Man, don't forget to tell him to hit that like button. Yeah, that too. Just subscribe.